We're on.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 4 of GURPS Superheroes. I'm your host and GM, and these other folks are the players, and we're going to have a good time playing with superheroes. So, last time, the party traveled to Twyford, the continent of Twyford, where they found a man who was an expert superhero, just the best superhero in the world at fighting off giant insect invasions, which seemed to plague his town just constantly. But for some reason, he was unable to defend his town from this giant ant invasion. So we learned a lot about ants, their mouth parts, their mandibles, what kind of sounds they make, and most interestingly, that when one of them dies, the body releases pheromones or something that attracts all the other ants to come pick it up and take it to the graveyard, the ant graveyard, and also I guess to fight whatever happens to be around it. So that was fun. This podcast, this video is educational as well as entertaining. So anyway, you eventually defeated all the ants, and then they discovered that the man who was renowned for fighting off the insect invasions was actually not a superhero and was using an ancient alien device, an alien thingamajig that had fallen off the alien spaceship. He was using that artifact to embiggen the insects and then to shrink them down. So he was creating the problem and then solving it for the villagers. And you guys discovered that his device that was allowing him to do that was out of juice, and that's why he was unable to stop the ant attack that he himself had created. So you called out all his nonsense, and you went back home to celebrate another victory. Now, it's been 1 week since you. No. It's been about.
I
It's
want to
been
start singing
about
that song now.
a week since you had this adventure with the ants, or the antrum, which I love. And after you got back to the Berg, your headquarters, is there anything that for a week or so you guys want to be doing in your downtime?
Well, I assume we're
Well,
training.
Yeah, every day you guys are doing your trainings, your train me ups, you're perpetrating pranks, I guess, on the other team members
Oh yeah,
and
for sure.
whatnot.
Sunny has been trying to study up how to fight, since apparently this is something that she needs to know how to do. But she's thinking, she's pondering. Something's on the horizon. She knows it. She can feel it.
Okay.
Otherwise, she's pretty much just staying in her room and playing with Captain Snugglefoot and give him a bath. You know, he had
All
bug
right.
guts on him, so
So I think one night, uh, you have a knock at the door.
I will open the door.
It's Commander Callie Zhao,
Oh,
and
hello, Commander.
hello. And who's your friend here?
This is Captain Snugglefoot.
Oh, was is he new?
No, he's been with me all the time.
You really? Okay. Okay, well look, I wanted to talk to you because you're the most non-traditional combatanist that we have. You don't really combat at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm working on that. I'm
So,
working on that.
what would you say to training with hand-to-hand combat with one of the other superheroes.
I mean, that sounds kind of, yeah, sure,
Yeah, okay, okay.
yeah.
How would you feel about working with Astronova, one of the members of Team Bravo, or I'm sorry, Team Justice?
Have I met Astronova before?
I don't think that you have.
Okay. That's a really, really cool name. I don't know Astronova, but that's a really cool name.
All right, I'll set up a sparring match. You and her can train together tomorrow in gym number 4. Okay, be there at uh, 3 p.m. Okay,
Okay, I can do that.
okay, okay. You're gonna learn the ancient art of fisticuffs.
Can I bring my knives?
Well, wait, hold on. I thought you didn't have combat skills. Are you skilled with knives?
Well, I've got my little Swiss Army knife.
How many people have you killed with it?
None.
What kind of army knife is it? You're
But
not.
I've done really good on the farm with it. You know, you can do a lot of stuff with a Swiss Army
That's
knife.
really, that's okay. So tomorrow, training with Astra.
Okay.
Okay. So let me get a picture here of Astra. Boop, 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 boop.
So first name Astra, last name Nova.
Astronova,
That's really cool, dude.
the superhero Astronova. There we go. I think I can do this and show her picture to everybody. I just have to do a thing.
Oh, is this her tiny little picture over here?
Well, I'm gonna make a big one. I'm gonna show everybody a great big one. Is my plan? I did it last time. I just have to remember how to do it again. Why does technology have to be so complicated? Hmm. Okay, well,
I
let's
can
just go
zoom
ahead
in.
and you could zoom in. That'll work. Oh, is it here? Here we go. Show players.
Okay.
Ooh, there we go.
Now you should be able to see her.
She's pretty.
All right. So the following day at 3 p.m. in training room number 4, gym number 4. I've forgotten the very
I
things
show
that I
up in
created.
my blue hoodie and blue jeans like usual, as
All
she's like
right.
all decked out.
In your blue hoodie
Yep, and I got Captain
is
Snugglefoot under my arm.
I was about to ask. Okay. So you've got Captain
Look, I have a
Snugglefoot.
new Captain Snugglefoot for people on video who can see.
Oh, look.
A new Captain Snugglefoot.
Oh,
That's fantastic.
It smells good too.
That was always a plus.
It's got like aromatherapy or something in it.
Nice.
Anyway,
Oh. So when you show up,
I
you
said I
see
just gave him a bath, so.
oh you see the lady that you have before you on your screen, hopefully, and she's already punching at a one of those big, what do you call them? One of those bags that boxers like practice punching
Punching
on.
bag?
It's a
Is
punching
it
bag.
really?
Yes.
I wanted to call it a punching bag, but I thought surely it can't be that simple. It must have a fancy name, like the pummel sack or something. Anyway, so you show up and
That's an
she's working the
S&M gay
pummel
bar
sack.
that we don't talk about.
You know, it's a big world, and there's room for
amazing.
all kinds.
Amazing. Amazing.
And she sees you come
Happy
in.
Pride Month, everyone.
Happy Pride Month, everyone! Happy Pride.
She sees you come in, and she says, "Ah, you must be Sunny."
Yes. Oh wow, if you don't mind my saying, you are beautiful. You're so pretty.
Ew, you're very okay. Let us
Damn.
begin. They
Is
said
that just before
This
you
is
get
Captain
it,
Snugglefoot. I hold Captain Snugglefoot up.
would you have told anybody else that this was happening between this being arranged and,
Probably
or
not.
would you just have kept it to yourself?
Probably not.
I mean,
Kind of a homebody.
it was the
Well-
next day. You certainly could have told your fellow teammates about this exciting new training opportunity for
If
you.
it came up, I might have, but
Okay, well, if you get punked by B-Team,
not.
that's on you.
I mean, Carrie would have, but honestly, Sunny's kind of just keeps to herself.
So we're all sitting around in the break room drinking coffee, being like, "Oh,
Yeah.
that's weird." Yeah.
Yeah,
Has anyone seen the
Where?
capybara?
Yeah, what's going on?
So Aster says, okay, Callie Zhao, Commander Callie Zhao told me that you wanted to learn how to fight. Is that true?
Yeah, so we keep going into situations where like we're supposed to beat people up, and I'm not really a beat people up kind of girl. I have a lot of good skills with like herbs, and I can blink and teleport places and stuff, but not
Okay.
really a punchy
So
punchy.
what have you been doing? Do you like grab a bad guy and then you teleport to the top of a high building or something and you let him just fall to his death or something like that?
No, but I did teleport onto his back, and I stabbed him with my Swiss Army knife.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it didn't really work
Teleporting,
out, but
backstabbing, with teleportation, that sounds like a solid combat move.
that's what I thought. And I've been kind of thinking about trying to like turn some of Captain Snugglefoot's poop into grenades, but I haven't mastered that yet.
Okay, let's focus on the teleporting and backstabbing.
But a poop
For-
grenade sounds so cool, right?
There's a reason you're on the third string team. But okay, we're gonna focus. I'm gonna train you in some hand-to-hand melee skills. Okay, so
Okay.
and she puts up her hands in the classic, boxer style, and she says,
Wait,
"Okay,
was that what you just showed us?
that's what I just showed you on the video. This is how. Hey, I played Wii boxing. Okay, I
Okay.
know.
Well, slow down. Don't be so violent towards the camera. We got to put up a trigger warning or something.
Oh, I'm sorry. I get carried away sometimes. When you've lived life on the street like I have,
Yes.
violence is just second nature. So.
Yes.
So she does a proper.
So I put Captain Snugglefoot down at my feet then, and I just kind of stand up like this. For the people on audio, my hands are just in front of my face, not
Okay.
really in any kind of a proper stance.
So she starts.
More of a
she starts-
defensive stance.
She starts kind of showing you like this is what you do. Put your hands like this. This is your stance. Keep your legs apart. Whatever is appropriate boxing fighting stuff is the stuff that
Okay,
she's
well-
telling you how to do.
Well, Miss Nova, when I blink onto somebody's back, that doesn't really apply.
Not necessarily to the fighting, but if you can blink onto somebody's back and stab your knife through their neck, that's a solid move.
Yeah, it didn't
When
work
you-
out so well before.
Did you get it all the way through his neck?
No.
Okay, so maybe we need to work on your
I kind
strength.
of gave him a paper cut.
Well, don't do that. Okay, maybe instead of the hand-to-hand combat, we should be focusing on your knife skills.
Well, what if I blink onto his back and I just start like beating him over the head?
With your knife?
Sure.
And you're beating him over the head, putting your knife through his skull?
Sure.
That would be great. That sounds like a solid move. So
Okay.
you get two knives, you teleport onto somebody's back, and
I
you
don't wanna hurt him too
stab
bad,
both
though.
knives into the back of his head.
Like, I don't want to hurt him too bad, though.
You want to kill him.
But that seems really mean.
He's a villain. He's a bad guy. Are they sending you after litter bugs, or are they sending
I
you
was wondering
after
But I don't think he was even really all that bad. He was just like pickpocketing people at a amusement park. Happy Fun Time Day place.
That's all he did? They sent you after a pickpocket? He must have done something else.
And that's all that I saw him do.
Is it possible that he was also accused of assassinating the leader of Bagrestia?
Oh
He easily
yeah.
did it.
Okay. I'm just saying, well, he was involved in something bigger than just pickpocketing,
Slick
right?
did here, okay?
There was something allegedly that he was involved with that led to them sending a team of superheroes after him.
Okay.
That's my point. They're
Okay.
sending you after supervillains or superpowered people who are wreaking havoc,
The
right?
last guy was just making ants get really big.
Okay, well, how did you do on the ants? How many of their necks did you stab?
One of my teammates had to put a shield around me to keep me from dying.
Okay. This is my point. If you're gonna go knives, you gotta get more stabby.
Okay, I think I might need a better knife than a Swiss Army knife too.
Let's get you a bigger knife. I think we can do that. We can
Okay.
get you. Now, when you were just now, it's weird to me that you seem squeamish on neck stabbing, but you were gonna try to create some kind of a grenade.
Well, just like a poop grenade that'll just like knock them out, and then my teammates can do stuff.
We can go down to the armory and get you a rocket launcher.
But poop grenades sound cool.
Okay. Look, I don't want to tell you how to superhero. I'm okay. We're gonna do some
Okay,
practicing.
I like the knife in the head thing. I can do that.
Yes.
And if
Okay,
I'm
great.
behind them on their back, I don't have to look in their eyes. It's not as bad. I can just pretend that they're like, a wolf out on the farm trying to get my capybaras.
Yes, that's exactly right. All the bad guys are wolves. That's exactly what they are. Regular
Except
human
actually, you
beings.
know what? One of my teammates kind of turns into a wolf, so maybe I don't want to use that analogy.
Well, not don't do it on her. But it's a good metaphor. Regular human beings who don't have superpowers are basically sheeps. They're brainless, helpless, pathetic, worthless sheep. And people like you and me
They're
who
not really
have
worthless, but okay.
superpowers, I mean, they are. But people like you and
Well,
me,
sheep give you wool,
w-
and that's how you make
we're
clothes and stuff.
we're the wolves. We have power, we have strength, we have cunning.
My teammate's a
We
wolf.
Okay. In the metaphor, we're all wolves. All of us with the superpowers. You're a wolf, I'm a wolf. The bad guys are wolves.
There are two
It's
wolves
our
inside you.
they're full of wolves. You're full of wolves. Now it's our job as the good guy wolves
We're the
to kill
shepherds.
to kill all the bad guy wolves to protect the pathetic sheep people. You get it?
Okay, we're kind of more the shepherds than the wolves, other than my teammate. She's a wolf. But yeah, okay.
Okay.
I
Fine.
get what you're saying. I get it. I get it. I get it.
I'd rather be a wolf than a shepherd, but fine. Yes, the important thing is
Ooh, you're a werewolf shepherd.
the imp- that would be wild. A werewolf shepherd by day protecting the sheep, but by night turning into a werewolf and then eating the sheep that they protect during the day. I
Yeah, maybe
mean,
that's not a good analogy.
wow.
Yeah,
Okay,
never mind.
I feel like the analogies are getting off track.
Yeah,
You're a
yeah.
We're
I get what
shepherds.
you're saying. The analogies aren't quite working,
We
but I get what you're saying.
we slaughter wolves because the wolves threaten the pathetic sheep people that we're protecting. Okay?
Okay,
So,
okay.
kill. You gotta kill. You gotta murder. Stab. Stab in the neck.
You
Stab
can at least
in the
just like knock
brain.
him out and then bring him back and put him in jail. Okay, got it.
Great. Okay. As long as they keep sending you after pickpockets, it's fine. Um, let's do some practice punching, okay?
Okay.
Okay. And so the two of you have a session of practicing punching. Now, this will open up the possibility for you when we do a level up or after you've done more training. If you would like to put some points into,
Into
boxing
Poop grenades.
or that, we'll talk about it off air. But still,
Boxing, yes, okay.
we'll get you trained up in some combat skills.
That sounds good.
All right. So let's have a scene later that evening where all of you are meeting in the dining area, the cafeteria, and having some dinner. Because when you guys all come into that room, you're going to notice that the entire Team Bravo, aka Team Justice, are also there. And you guys haven't really ever gotten to interact with Team Justice except for Sunny having just met Astronova. So this would be an opportunity if you guys want to meet one of the other teams of superheroes.
When I walk in, I just yell out across the room, "Hi, Miss Nova!"
What were you asking, Joe?
This is not the group with laser eye guys.
No,
That's
those
right.
Those are the alpha team.
That's
Yeah.
the alpha team. This is the beta team. Gotcha.
Yeah, the alpha team are the assholes.
Yeah, this is Team Bravo, which is basically the betas. I mean, they are second string.
What sort of table are they sitting at? Is there room?
Yeah, it's a cafeteria style, like we all had in high school. It's a big long table. And there's nobody sitting on either side of their group, so you could totally sit down with them.
So I say to Sunny, so how do you know her?
She's kind of teaching me how to murder.
How come you get to take murder classes?
Lorelai looks
I'm
really
really
confused.
bad at it.
Oh, new skills. That's useful. What's she teaching?
I don't
What-
think
what
anybody
sort
liked
of-
my. Well, I was gonna learn how to make poop grenades out of Captain Snugglefoot's poop, and I don't think anybody liked that idea.
Oh.
So I think this was their change of plan.
Was that going to be like a craft thing?
I can sort of see how that would work.
be like
Lorelai's got some
cocktail.
survival.
But
I can sort of see how that would work. I'm not sure it would be popular.
Would be a lot of fun to use on Team Alpha.
ooh, yeah, and it's recycling because I have Captain Snugglefoot and he poops like crazy. So
Yeah. A capybara is the one that do the square poops.
Those are wombats.
Ooh,
Or is that wombat?
Wombats do square poops.
Lorelai
I mean-
would know that, incidentally, because she's good at the outside stuff. I just get my capybara and my wombats confused.
obviously Sunny would have
Easily
known
to
that.
do.
But
It's easy to do.
It's easy to do. No, the
yeah,
capybaras will
no,
be more
they're-
aerodynamic.
but they're teaching me how to fight, so I'm not quite as
What-
useless when we go
what
out.
sort of fighting?
Punching and stabbing people and stuff. More like melee. And I show off some of my sick new moves, just like punching the air.
Lorelai takes a step backwards. It's like
Same.
Yeah.
I think all three of us in sort of in unison, all like just synchronously take a step backwards. Like,
Yeah.
oh, lovely, yeah, okay.
Huh. All right. Well, I think we should grab some cafeteria lunch and go sit with your new friend.
Oh, are we making friends today?
Oh, you guys want to come meet her? She's really nice.
Yeah, do it. Do an introduction.
She's kind of obsessed with murder and being a wolf. I think she's a werewolf, but
Oh, okay. Well, so I leaned down to Lorelai and it starts with a B. What's your character's name? I can't remember. Barrier. Okay, sorry. I was like Basil. No.
Basil, the superhero.
I was like Bastion.
Basil the
No.
superhero. Okay, yeah.
So I leaned down. I've been trying to eavesdrop and get dirt on Team Alpha all week. Maybe these guys know something good we could use.
Oh, okay. So we're making friends. We're not making friends. We're just collecting intelligence. Okay,
We
that's
can do
cool.
both.
We can make friends with them.
6 of
I,
1.
cool.
It really
Alright.
depends on where they fall on the full pro or con team alpha thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if they're
I guess we're gonna
more
find out.
team alpha, then
There may be a
we
weak
may
link.
have to. Yeah, we may have to target them next.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can fill them out.
All right. Well, let's go get
So
some
far,
lunch.
they're super impressed with my powers. So,
Yeah, obvi. So yeah, so I go and grab a little tray of meal, and
yeah, I follow and get them.
and just come and sit down very normally. Hi.
They all look up at you, and they very politely, nod their head towards you. And
I
Astra
sit down across from her and just kind of wave at Astra.
says, "Oh, it's Sunny. Sunny, guys, this is the girl from Team 3, from Team Charlie that I was telling you about, who has now. Correct me if I'm wrong. You've never murdered."
Well, I murdered like animals that threaten capybaras on my ranch. See, this is
I
Captain
should-
Snugglefoot.
And Captain Snugglefoot is amazing. He poops grenades.
Yeah, well, we're working on that, but yeah.
All right, so I'm Astra Nova. My real name's Abby Palmer. I have the ability to fly, including now a lot of people around here can fly. I know, not a big deal, but I can fly into outer space, and I don't need any kind of spacesuit. I don't understand exactly how I breathe or don't explode, but it works. So
That's pretty
That's really
cool.
I was originally training for an astronaut when the event happened, and we all got our powers. And the funny thing is, I had never actually been into space, not yet. Anyway, I was still in training, and then all of a sudden, I was the best astronaut we had. I was the only one who didn't need a spaceship, a rocket to get up there. So, it's been a wild ride. Uh, and she turns to she turns to another lady here, and she says, "This is Spectral Knight." And let me share what she looks like. I just did it a moment ago. How did I do it? Goodness.
I don't know, but put it exactly where you put Astronova.
Okay, will do. Um, you guys go ahead, talk amongst yourselves for just a second.
Well, we'd be talking to you, so.
Yeah. And Lorelai's
Here it
pretty
is. Here
shy,
it is.
so
Here it
she's
is.
just paying. She's just watching the conversation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there we go.
I got it. So this is Spectral Knight, and she looks is it just Sully or Shatter and Sunny, or have the other two come along as well?
I think we've come. Well, I've come along. I'm
Yeah, I think we've come along. Lorelai will be hanging around towards the back of the group, like hiding behind everybody else, so she's a bit shy.
Oh, okay. A lot of shy people on this team. So
So
she,
I say to Spectral
mean-
Knight, is it KNIGHT or is it NIGHT?
it's K. It's K,
Very cool.
like a medieval knight.
Sure.
And she looks at, or she points to her metal shoulder pads and some of the metal parts of her outfit, and she says, "I know it's a little ostentatious, but metal knight armor is kind of my thing."
I think it's really cool.
You pull it off well.
Well, thank you. So my real name is Gwen, and my superpower is the ability to pass through objects. And she reaches out to her glass on the table, and she just passes her hand right through the glass, as if either the hand or the glass, one of them was just like an illusion, not really there. She says, so that's my power. I'm really good at infiltrating facilities, getting into places. You know, I can walk right through a locked door. Everybody
So
tells me I should be ghost, but I don't. Knights are cooler than ghosts.
so how if you don't mind my asking, because I kind of have a power, sort of, like like how do you do combat?
The best thing I've found is to reach into somebody's chest and then solidify my hand around their beating heart and squeeze it real tight.
Oh, okay,
That's quite violent.
Yeah. It's one way to do it.
that would work.
It's very effective.
I can
Now,
imagine.
a lot of times when I get my hand up in there, I don't really know where the heart is. But in my experience, if you grab onto anything in a person's kind of torso area, it's going to effectively stop them. You know, it's going to put a pause into their step.
It certainly ruined their
Okay.
morning.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It feels very unpleasant. Also, it's actually really handy if somebody you know if it is a little maybe they're not eating enough fiber. Real easy to just get up in there and clean them all out.
Oh,
Clean them right out.
oh, we're eating. Okay. Oh, all right.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Okay, okay. Lorelei just sort of raises an eyebrow and concentrates on her food.
And Astra says, "Great, thanks. You're really making us look good in front of our new coworkers." And she says, and this is Vortex Valor. And she points to a gentleman whom I will show you what he looks like.
Vortex Valor. You guys all have like really cool names.
And he says,
Ooh.
Oh, hi.
hey. So I guess we're telling everybody who we are and what our powers are. I'm Victor, and I control. And he kind of makes a grandiose gesture all around him. He says, the air.
Ah.
And then as a demonstration of Vortex Valor's powers, he creates this little like tornado basically, but a little tiny tornado like just in the palm of his hand. And the air is whipping around, and you can see like utensils and stuff, napkins, whatnot, from the cafeteria are getting swept up in this little tornado. And he says, on the battlefield, obviously, I make him much larger than this, but you get the idea.
That's very cool. Can you take air like out of a room?
I can create a vacuum within a limited space. Very difficult. You know the old expression, nature deplores a vacuum. But
Something like
I
that.
can,
Yeah.
yep, I can do it in a small area, or I can pull enough air out of a space to make it very difficult for a person to breathe. You know, rendering them unconscious, which is an effective tactic in enclosed areas. And then, of course, if you're outside where you have more room, like create hurricanes or tornadoes, which is also very effective as a combat maneuver.
Very cool.
How did like how did you discover that power?
I was whistling very hard when the event happened, and all of a sudden, my whistle became just a gust of incredibly powerful wind that knocked over a building.
Wow.
Yep. Not
Feel
as
bad for the
exciting
people
as
in the
going to
building.
outer space, I guess, but you work with what you got. And I can't clear out anybody's constipation either, but
Actually,
you
you
know.
probably could.
I mean,
But
Oh my. Oh.
Interesting.
Oh my.
Lorelei looks slightly sort of alarmed at this notion of having blown down a building, and is like, "Was it a big building? Was anybody in it? Did you hurt people?"
And Astra looks at him and she says, "Tell him the truth." And he kind of gets sheepish and he's like, a small shed is technically a building.
Oh. Oh, okay. Okay.
It's a structure. It has four
Okay,
walls and a
dude.
roof.
Okay.
It's impressive.
The important thing is nobody blows harder than me.
Lorelei tries to
You can
catch Sully.
see that.
Tries to catch Sully's eye and like roll her eyes a little bit. Like,
Mm-hmm.
boys, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And then he points to Titan Shield. He says, This is my friend Titan Shield." And let me pull up their image. By the way, all of these images were created with DALL-E. Thank you, DALL-E. I mean, I had to pay, so I don't know why I'm thanking them, but credit where credit is due. There.
Oh, cool.
And that is
Nice.
Titan Shield.
You guys all have like really cool like super suit kind of things.
Are they standing around in their super suits having lunch? Is this
They're all wearing their super suit costumes as they're eating lunch, yes.
okay? All right.
And so she looks at you and she kind of whips her ponytail back and she says, "Sup."
How's it going?
What's up?
You too.
And
So what do you do?
I do energy absorption and redirection. Do any of you happen to have the ability to shoot lasers out of your eyes? Or any other part of your body?
I can give you a good energy blast.
Her eyes get big and she says, "Okay." She stands up and gets in the center, like, of between the aisles, where she's got some space. And she says, and she does that, from the first Matrix movie, the bring it on motion.
Mm-hmm. Do you need me to roll, or am I just smacking her with a?
You don't have to roll for this.
I pick up my soup as I'm watching.
Yeah,
Right,
I sort of pick myself up and go and sit around on the far side of the table.
So yeah, I shoot a moderately sized energy bolt at her.
All right. The energy bolt hits her square in the chest, and it kind of causes her whole body to glow. But interestingly, she doesn't move at all. She stays perfectly still. And now that her body is glowing, she puts her hands out in front of her, as if she was miming a basketball that's not there. And all of the glowing energy comes into her fingers and then becomes this ball of energy that she's kind of holding in her hands. And she holds it a little bit, and then she pulls her hands apart, and the energy just kind of dissipates into the atmosphere. And she says, "Now, if this was a combat situation, I would have hurled that ball of energy back at you," or something to that effect. But that's my whole thing. I'm kind of a conduit for and manipulator of energies.
Good to know.
It's really
Good to
cool.
know.
That's very cool.
And Vortex Valor says, it's not that cool. Tell them how effective you are when we go to fight some people who don't have energy blasts. She can't make her own energy. She's got to wait till somebody shoots her first. So if nobody's around to shoot her, she's just standing there like a lump on a log.
Well, 'cause certainly we could give her like a gun or something.
I mean, you could carry something that generates energy. I feel like this wasn't well thought out.
He says, usually.
Or she and Barrier need to be on the same team.
Yeah.
Ooh. She kind of looks you up and down and says, "We would be a good team.
We would.
You could shoot me, and then I could propel." Well, where's the advantage, though? Why wouldn't you just shoot the bad guy yourself?
Well, do you enhance the energy once you absorb it, or is it just the same amount of energy?
I can control it and manipulate it. I guess if you shot me like 4 or 5 times, then I could combine all that energy into one giant blast. It's very effective when the bad guys shoot me and I'm able to redirect it back at them, because now I'm using their own energy against them.
Yeah.
But, yeah. What I need to do is surround myself with people who shoot lasers and energies and get like 5 or 6 of y'all to all shoot me at the same time, and then I can put all that out like a lens targeting one enemy.
That would be cool.
Can you control like energy into like make a lightsaber of energy?
A lightsaber. What
Like
what
big
is that?
sword. Think
Okay.
a sword, but just
I can't do metal.
energy or something.
A sword of light, obviously. A saber of light.
A saber of light and energy.
And then
That
you could swing
sounds
a sword and
ridiculous.
it
What kind of silly nonsense?
What about, wait a minute, what about the energy that's perpetually sent down by our yellow sun? Could you not harness some of that?
I suppose I could. I would need like a big magnifying glass or something to focus enough of the sunlight onto me to be significant. Well, maybe that's something I can train with.
So because I missed my opportunity last game, so I take a glass off the table, make a magnifying glass, and hold it up to a window in the lunchroom to angle it to try to see if it magnifies the sunlight. How about, you feel anything? Is this doing anything?
It's getting warm. Hold on. And she holds out a hand, and you see a thin beam of like sunlight shooting out of her hand, and one of the maintenance workers eating some mashed potatoes, all of a sudden he has this like bright light on his chest, and he's like, get it off. You know, like when somebody's playing with a laser pointer.
Yeah.
Like trying to brush the light off of his chest.
Effectively, I've just given you laser sight or laser something. So, I mean, like we can work on this. We can workshop it.
I lean over and I whisper to Lorelei, go into cat form and you have a laser pointer to chase.
Lorelei just like raises an eyebrow at you in this like, I don't think so.
So Spectral Knight looks at you and says, "Okay, so we've introduced ourselves. What's your deal?" Obviously, that guy shoots energy blasts, so you must be Barrier, right?
That's me.
And we all know Sunny is the lady with the pet rat.
It's a capybara, actually. And I can blink and I just like teleport back and forth like across the lunchroom and then back to where I'm sitting.
So Spectral Knight's like, that's awesome. You can get into places too, like incredibly well.
I can do that anywhere I can see.
Anywhere you can see. So if you grab a bad guy, you can teleport them into a dangerous place.
Well, not really. I can't really bring big things with me yet.
Oh, okay.
But
we can work on it.
Yeah,
we can work on it. Okay. And then he looks at Shatter and he says, "And what's your deal?"
I take the magnifying glass that I made and I manipulate it into a spear point, and I stick it in the wall. I go into the wall next to them.
Oh, that is cool. So you're like a master of glass.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And then he looks at Lorelei, and what about you? What's your whole thing?
She turns into a raven, and like flits up into the air. And then she lands in the middle of the floor, and she turns into a wolf.
And Astra says, "A wolf! You're the wolf lady. Your friend was talking about you."
And the wolf looks confused, and then she turns into a cat and like hops into the middle of the table.
She can also do a bear, but I don't think we really want that right now.
Oh, I totally want the bear. Do the bear. Do the bear.
The cat shakes its head.
And Titan Shield says, "A bear would be unbearable."
Okay, maybe do the bear.
Sunny laughs.
Stares very fixedly.
Sunny laughs, but she's like the only one laughing.
Okay, when she's a cat, does she Can you understand me, or are you just cat
the cat.
now?
The cat nods its head.
Are you
I
more
can-
cat than person now?
I can also talk to her, and I can talk to animals. So when she's an animal like this, I can understand her. She can talk to me and stuff because she can't really speak human.
Because she's a cat.
Oh, okay.
An animal,
Because she's a cat.
but she
What?
and I
So
can
She starts
communicate.
washing her paws.
if you guys were on the battlefield and Sunny and her animal friend were not around, would one of you all be able to say to her in to Lorelei in cat form or bear form or raven form, "Hey, go over there and fight that guy," and have her understand you? Would that work?
The cat nods.
Yeah, she can understand us.
Oh.
She just can't talk because
She
she
just
doesn't
can't
have
talk
the
back.
larynx of a human being.
So she needs Sunny to be able to communicate to you, but you guys can communicate to her.
Yeah.
That's great. That's very cool.
She pops back onto the thing and is like, I understand English. Like,
But I don't know, when you're a cat, maybe you only know cat things.
Well, and
no,
to be fair, when you're a bear, you don't really
yeah,
always understand
the bear
us.
is the only dangerous one. The bear can be a bit, sometimes the bear
And
does take
Astra
over,
says
but
the wolf
the
seems
rest of them are fine.
dangerous. The
Oh,
wolf would
no,
be-
but I'm in control of the wolf.
Wow. I need a tattoo that says that.
I
I am in control of my wolf.
lean over and
So
I whisper to Lorelai, "See, I think she's a werewolf."
and Astra says, "Now, we here on Team Justice are all members of a philosophy. The philosophy of power. Have you heard of it?"
I would have
No.
thought you'd be the
No.
philosophy of justice.
Yeah, you need a new team.
The philosophy, we did not invent the philosophy of power.
I lean in like
We're
I'm super interested.
We're simply adherents. It was actually created by another gentleman a couple years ago, and it's a movement that has been gaining popularity all over the world among our kind. And basically says that we're the future because we have the power, we have the responsibility to make a better world going forward for all the people who don't have powers to live in. It's our job to lead them, to guide them, to protect them, to use our power to help the lesser people in the new coming world.
I didn't say that they're lesser, but they don't have powers.
They're literally lesser than us. We have evolved to be more powerful than they are.
But they might have other things that are cool about them.
Of course, and that's why it's our job to protect them, to create the way that a parent creates a playroom where everything is padded and all the corners are rounded and cushioned so that the children don't hurt themselves while they play. It's our job to create a world where all the lesser humans will be safe and protected and will be able to live their lives in peace and happiness.
For all the Gen Xers out there, that's a thing that some parents did for their children. We didn't get any of that, but there's a thing that some parents did for their kids.
So Sunny just kind of looks over at everyone else, just like
Lorelai's trying to surreptitiously sort of see, so she can see where Sunny is. So she's sort of surreptitiously looking at Sully and Barrier, and it's like, what's the vibe over there, guys? Like, vibe check.
So I lean in. Is it just your team that's in on this, or is Team Alpha also? Are they in on this?
Alpha is split. Radiant Blaze and Tempest Guardian are members of our philosophy. Captain Awesome was originally. He was actually the one who got us all into it to begin with.
Sure.
But now he's going his own way. He seems to feel like because he is more powerful than, say, me, in his opinion, because he's more powerful than me, he seems to think that it's his job to protect me and keep me safe and be the boss of me the way that I'm supposed to be keeping safe and being the boss of the lesser people. So he's creating this whole tier within a tier of which super people are better than the other ones, and I'm not on board with that. I think all of us who have powers should work together to protect the lesser people. And I'm not into the stratifications that he's creating amongst us powered people. You see what I mean? So he's kind of going off in a weird direction. And then I've never been able to get a bead on Starshine. Every time we talk to her about the philosophy of power, she's polite, but she never attends any of the meetings. You know what I mean?
You have meetings.
Oh yeah. Would you like to come?
I mean, we're soups busy because we're not soups. Yeah, I see what I did there. Because we've still got so much training to do we're a new team, and they, they're still trying to figure out how we work together. So, I mean, we'd have to see if we would even had time available to do such a thing. But it sounds sounds great. It sounds like you guys are really onto something here.
Whilst you're saying that, Lorelei turns back into a cat and hops onto the table and rubs the side of her face against Sunny's hands as if she wants scritching. And if Sunny was to choose to listen to her at that point, the voice in her head would be like, "Are these guys for fucking real?"
Yeah, Sunny's just kind of looking at you, nodding, and just kind of scratching your head, just like, yeah, this is, yeah. She doesn't say anything though, because of course it would come out as her going meow, meow.
So Astra Nova takes out a flyer, a little brochure, and hands it to Shatter, and it talks about the good word of the philosophy of power, and talks about their Thursday night meetings, and has all their contact info and stuff on it.
Okay, great, thank you.
Read this over, and
okay.
I know. Hey, we're all busy. We're all soups busy. She does finger guns.
Yep.
She says, but if you could make it to one of these meetings, it would be fantastic, and I think it would really help you find your place in this world. Okay.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm glad we sat here. I'm glad we did this.
Really glad.
Yeah.
Really, really glad.
Yep. But oh, what's that? We gotta go. We got training to do. Newbies, it never ends, right? Oh, the grind.
All the time. All the time.
I'm kidding up.
This is the meal hour. Okay, I mean, you guys are really dedicated.
Yeah, we just gotta keep at it. But hey, this is great. Everybody enjoy your food, and we'll catch you next time. Just get up and sort of take my tray and walk away.
As Sunny follows.
Yeah, Lorelei follows.
Yeah, we all go.
Yeah.
Everybody's leaving.
As I'm leaving, I turn around and go, bye, Miss Nova.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
What in the Ubermensch is going on here?
I mean, usually I feel like I'm the asshole of the group, but I don't hold a candle.
No, you're the asshole of our group, but you're not.
Fair.
But no, these guys are. What in the what? Oh my gosh! And then old Laserface, he is thinking he's better than the Ubermenschen folks.
It makes sense for a lot of the things that Astronova was saying during our training, though, because she was like trying to tell me how I need to like take care of all of the humans are like pathetic little sheep, and that I need to be a wolf to take out the bad wolves. And
Yikes.
That's when I was saying about how Lorelai was a wolf, and yeah.
Wow.
The cat sits up. The cat is still a cat. The cat has been rolling around on the floor, listening to this conversation, but then sits up and then turns back into Lorelai and says, "You told her it's a wolf?"
Well, she kept talking about killing wolves, and
what? Under those
really
circumstances, you told her I was a wolf.
Well, I was telling her that I didn't want to kill wolves because you're a wolf.
Okay. Cool. She wants to kill all wolves?
Well, the bad wolves. She was also saying
I mean,
that
it
she
seems
was
like
a
she
wolf.
wants to kill everyone, to be fair, but
yeah. I mean, she was also saying that she was a wolf and I was a wolf. So she was saying that there are like good wolves and bad wolves, and that we should kill the bad wolves.
Okay, but this is concerning, right?
Sounds like her wolf metaphor got a bit tortured there. This is super concerning. Have we gone into somebody's room or somewhere by now?
I think we're in the elevator or something going up.
We're like 2 feet away.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just standing there listening to us.
I feel like we've been together for long enough that somebody's room has become the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
because it happens when you're like in college and stuff. Somebody's room always becomes the room.
And I feel like it would probably be Shatter's, to be fair.
Yeah,
bohemian arty kind of like.
There's like bean bags.
I was gonna say you've got like bean bags or floor cushions or like,
blankets for folks in case you're chilly.
Yeah. One of those like low tables you get in like schmancy Egyptian restaurants.
Right. Yeah. No, that's cool. What the hell? Like we don't have enough stuff we have to deal with. Now we got to deal with this.
Okay, so now we have to take out both of the 2 teams that are above us?
I mean, oh, God.
Well, and here's the thing. Like, I think one of us needs to start going to these meetings.
What?
One of us needs to start going to these meetings because we need to know what they're doing and talking about. We need to go down the inside of this.
Well, that sounded like you volunteering.
I know. What's your theoretically, were we not playing a game, what is your deception? Like,
what is my deception? My deception is yeah, it sounds cool. Totally down for the whole power thing. Let's hear what your plans are. Oh, you're gonna go destroy this thing that you shouldn't be destroying? Great.
I mean, don't do it like that, dude. But like, you're the lawyer of the group, aren't you? Surely you can.
I am. I'm doing the sarcasm thing to kind of to communicate to you that I will be saying these things, but not actually meaning them.
Yeah, sure.
It seems most logical to me that it would be our lawyer member that would be the most likely to kind of go along with that.
If I may also just point out that as far as our little beef with Alpha Team and Captain Awesome, it does kind of sound like they're not so happy with Captain Awesome also.
Yeah, this is true. It sounds like there's a rift in that team.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I also think we need to have somebody befriend this. Is it Starlight? Star something.
Starshine. And
Starshine.
Laura
Starshine.
Shatter actually talked with her.
We've already talked
2 episodes ago.
Yeah. No, I got a foot in that door. So yeah, I think she's our point of reason. She doesn't seem to be beloved by either of the a-hole teams we've got now against us.
So one other question. Do the higher ups know about this? Are they for it? Like, are we working for the right side here?
Are we the baddies?
Yeah,
Are we the bad
questions? It's a good
Am
question.
I the problem?
Am I the drama? I think maybe you're gonna have to go to the meeting to find that out, to see who else shows up.
Yeah, see if any of the higher ups turn up to the meeting, and if not, I guess we have to initiate some kind of conversation with.
What if it's like a KKK meeting and everyone's in disguise? Because they're ashamed.
Everyone's already wearing superhero disguises.
Yeah, but we know who we are. I'm talking about an additional disguise, like a eyes wide shut kind of thing. Like
everyone takes off their disguises.
Right. Yeah, everyone just looks like folks. We don't know who they are.
I'm very excited about this, because if that happens, then there will be some point in the future that I will be able to do the whole, but it was me all along. And that's exciting to me. That makes me happy.
Oh,
yeah,
dear.
no. Oh, this is. Well,
Okay,
this
so
is created
GM, what day
anxiety.
of the week is this now? What day is this? Like, is this Thursday?
This is it Thursday yet?
Oh.
No, I
Is it
think
Thursday yet?
I think this is Wednesday.
Okay.
Well, yeah. It looks like we've got a day to prepare for you to go to that meeting.
You really
Well, I
have
mean,
to
I'm
prepare.
just going to.
Yeah,
a
I
meeting.
don't. Yeah, exactly. I don't think there's any preparation is required on this occasion. This is a scouting event.
Do we know if any of the folks here read minds?
Ooh, good question.
I don't think anybody
not
said
you're
that.
aware of.
Nobody said they read minds.
Because you got to be careful of that too. Like you may need to kind of just go along with it and pretend that it's like really pretend, like meta it.
Trick yourself.
Because I don't want them to be able to read your mind and know that you don't buy into the BS.
I can.
You gotta drink the Kool-Aid.
I can definitely. I think it'll be like convincing a jury that the guy back there didn't actually commit the crime he did. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Good.
Speaking of lawyers, what happened to your lawyer friend, the dude who's perma invisible?
Ooh.
Here. Hello.
I haven't
around.
seen him recently, but that's kind of
But
redundant.
no one has.
No one has.
Okay.
Yeah, but he would we really do. That's a resource we need to really utilize.
Where did we see him? They
Maybe
were
not.
taking him somewhere.
Yeah, they
Well, we
put
didn't
him
see
somewhere.
him
haven't they?
anywhere.
He was
But-
being taken to the bottom levels of the Berg to be imprisoned initially, with the thought that maybe he will, become a member of the GURPS organization at some point. But first, there's the matter of his past criminal activity.
Sure.
I feel like if you just put like a bell on him, like a cat, just put a
Like a
bell on
little
him,
cat,
it's fine.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Because there's no way that he could remove the bell. Because
He has thumbs.
He doesn't have opposable thumbs or anything, so that's fine.
Put it like in that awkward place on your back, so that he can't really reach it.
The itchy spot.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh wow.
All right. Would you like to fast forward to tomorrow evening and play out this Joe attending the meeting?
Where
A
is
barrier.
where is the meeting?
It is in one of the conference rooms there in GURPS headquarters in the Berg.
Okay.
Do we know of anything or have anything where we might be able to also see what's happening in the meeting, or like, do we have any Google Glass?
Are there any
He could bring his
like
pet cat with
are
him.
there any aircon vents that the cat could be sitting in?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you probably could find a vent for the cat.
Could you do a bit Die Hard it?
I think that is an option. Absolutely.
Now I'm at the meeting.
Now you guys have your standard issue communicators, but of course everybody does, and that might not be secure. If you wanted to talk to Head Science Officer Jemison Blainsworth, you met him on your first mission. He's the one who issued you the handcuffs. and he is
think-
the tech guy.
I
have
actually
a concern about bringing him in because we don't know where we don't know where these people.
He could be at the
We
meeting.
don't know where these people are at.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
he doesn't need to know that we're picking out like we could just be picking out communication equipment for us.
Well, and
Yeah.
Sunny would like to go down and talk to him about getting some cool little like upgrade to her Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, okay, we could have a sort of general conversation with him. The Berg, they take precautions, surely, against, people. There's security systems and such, isn't there? Surely
Yeah. They're soldiers, security guards who have powerful weaponry. There's cameras. There's all kinds of security. It's a very high security. It's like a military base situation. There are areas that are more for civilian activities, movie theaters and grocery stores, but the facility itself is secured and guarded.
Okay, so has some kind of computer hacking-y type skills, so she could probably, well, maybe she could, like try and find not like a blueprint or a schematic per se, but like a detailed map of the building and cross-reference it with where cameras are to find a space that she could get into an aircon like vent without being caught on camera. Maybe.
Yeah. If you want to make a roll with your
So that's
computer
a
hacking.
Yeah. All right, let's have a go. Oh, that wasn't very good.
It's going to be, because this is a high secure, situation, you're going to have a -4.
Yeah, that was a crit fail. She got a 6 to 5.
All right. So where are you doing this? Are you in your room? Are you?
I assume I would have been in my room.
Okay. So you get a few minutes into this, and there's a knock at your door.
She goes and opens the door. Hi.
2 gentlemen wearing full body armor kind of
hi.
situations and big old laser rifles say, excuse me, we've been alerted to a security violation in this room. We need to access your computer terminal here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Sorry. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
She hands it over. She's like,
All right.
Sorry. We're setting up some
One of
pranks.
them is pushing buttons. One of them's pushing buttons and stuff and basically going through your history, not your search history, but more sophisticated version of that.
Yeah.
And he's nodding to the other one, and the other guy says, "You were accessing restricted material for a prank," you said?
Oh yeah, it's just a bit of rivalry in between us and Alpha Team. I was just trying to look at the ways into their rooms. It's just harmless prank. I promise. I'm sorry. I won't do it again.
Right then, I come in and I come running in and like, look, I'm making progress on the poop bomb. Oh,
yeah.
I have like a handful of poop.
The security officers look at you and say, "Is that explosive?"
No, it's.
but
I mean, it's just.
You said
it's
a
just
bomb?
a prank. It's just a
A
prank.
bomb?
I mean, it's exploding poop. I mean,
you can take it if you
Okay.
want. It's
Yeah.
I don't want it. If you're going to be working with explosives, you have to be doing it in the secured facility in the armory that is got reinforced walls and is set up for explosives work. You can't be doing it in people's bedrooms. That's not okay.
okay.
Okay. Go to the armory, do it in a proper position, and then he turns and points at Lorelei and says, "And even if it's for a prank, don't be poking your nose around in restricted files anymore, okay?"
I'm really sorry. I'm really, really sorry.
And he hands back gives you back your computer terminal, and the 2 of them start to walk off, and you hear one of them say, we get the weirdest stories. Like, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this up. Okay, so you do not have schematics.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe we can just make some educated guesses, but there's a higher chance she might get lost.
You certainly can. Do you want to? What would we
I guess
roll?
I guess we go and talk to Shatter. We're like, we were busted.
Oh no!
Busted.
What happened?
I fluffed the security on the hacking, and some of the campus security noticed, and but it's
gross.
okay because Sunny said I just told them we were pranking Alpha Team, and Sunny
nice.
turned up with a poop bomb, and yeah, a handful of capybara poop is enough to
Yeah.
see them off. But it means I don't have the I don't have any any kind of maps or schematics. So if I got it into the aircon system, I just have to kind of guess.
Well, I mean, the only reason I was saying this was so that essentially Barrier wouldn't be on his own. Someone would be also seeing what it was he was experiencing. And also for ease of play, we would already know it and he wouldn't have to come back and tell us. Because you could tell Sunny in her mind and then she could just relate it to me. But I mean, we don't have to do it if you're concerned about.
I mean, I can give it a go. I just might get lost.
Well, I mean, cats have a really good sense of smell and direction.
I don't usually get lost.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
should
usually
be
get
able-
lost, but you know,
Yeah,
I don't usually get lost.
I think you should still give it a go. Give it a try.
Okay, all right, I'll give it a try. What do I roll for not getting lost inside some air conditioning ducts? What do I roll for Die Hard?
Did you take the Die Hard advantage?
I've
What is your skill in Die Hard?
I mean, I've got an IQ of 13.
I feel like it would be. IQ is probably the best one. I was going to say perception, but that's based on your IQ anyway, and
Yeah,
really, that's
same.
just for looking around. IQ
Alright.
would be the best, I think.
Okay, I rolled an 8 against 13, so that was more successful.
Good.
All right. So I'll say that you do a little exploration among the vents. And
So we have to find a vent that's not covered by a camera first to get in, and then I have Shatter just like pop me up into the
Yeah. Do you like the holding the cat thing?
yeah. yeah.
You could get into a vent in because there would be a vent in your bathroom where your shower is.
Oh yeah. Good, cool.
Yeah, to prevent the humidity from building up, especially since
cool.
you guys are underwater and in an enclosed environment.
Oh,
So you could get in that one easily enough.
cool.
And yeah,
Not for nothing, but typically those go straight out the roof. But never mind, it doesn't matter.
I mean, not underwater. I
what-
wouldn't have thought.
But not this one.
well, this is an underwater city. So I don't know.
Well, you just wouldn't want your exhaust fan above your toilet to then go up into your aircon, and
No,
then end up in
that's
someone
true.
else's. End up
Well,
coming
but
out of
that's
someone
probably-
else's bedroom while they're trying to sleep.
But your
We can get a vent.
Your integrated air conditioning system probably does have a vent in your room.
Yes. No,
Yeah.
we can get into a vent. I just don't do
somewhere in
do
your-
the exhaust vent.
okay. You're able to find though a vent that's not under video
Okay.
surveillance, and you're able to find a vent that overlooks the conference room.
Cool.
And you
So I
can-
just settle down to listen, and presumably Shatter and Sunny, you're sitting in Shatter's room, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
so you're tuned into me, and Barry's gone to the meeting like an ordinary human being
Like
on his own legs.
So Barrier, when you arrive, the room is full of the superheroes that you know. So let's see, we've got Astronova, we've got Spectral Knight, Vortex Valor, and Titan Shield, all the folks from Team Justice that you just met earlier today.
Mhm.
There's also, you probably recognize Radiant Blaze and Tempest Guardian are both from Team Alpha.
Okay.
You notice there is no Stacy Starshine and there is no Captain Awesome present. There are a few other people from just different jobs around the facility that don't appear to have powers. So you're like, why would you be here if you don't have powers?
Right.
Whatever. And you also see, let's see, you also see the commander, Kali Zhao. And when Commander Zhao sees you enter, she kind of looks at you and she raises one eyebrow, and then she goes back to what she was doing before.
So I definitely report to Sunny all of the people that we know.
Well, would I be able to hear Todd? Because like I have speak with animals, but it's not like a telepathy kind of thing.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was
like. Well,
Well, in this situation, I think Lorelai could use her communicator to just softly purr into it or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
And that
Yeah.
would be, I mean, that's encrypted, right? Like nobody who intercepts that is going to know what you're saying except for your good friend, Sunny.
That's true. Okay. Well then,
Yeah.
and then I'll repeat it all to Shatter.
All right. So, who do you want to sit next to, Barrier? There's no seat that's all off by itself. You've got to sit next to somebody.
I think I want to sit. The Vortex guy is there.
Mm-hmm.
He's the hottest. I'll sit next to him.
good choice.
Okay.
Seems fair.
As you take a seat next to Vortex, he kind of quietly whispers to you, I'm so glad you came. It didn't sound like you were on board, but I'm really glad you're here.
You know, I'm willing to give anything a try at some point and see what this is all about.
That's very open-minded of you. That's great. And maybe you can convince the rest of your team too. We'd really love to get everybody on board, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, I get it.
So after a few more minutes, the meeting begins with a gentleman that you don't recognize, who is wearing he's not wearing a KKK outfit. He is, however, wearing black robes that obscure his physical appearance. A black hood and robes. And he gets up and he begins addressing the crowd, and he introduces himself as Brother Number 7. He says, welcome everyone, welcome members, welcome new people. We're very happy that you're all here. Us in the Brotherhood have been very, very excited that we've had such a good following here on the Berg. Would love to see more powered people joining our cause. I truly believe that this is our pathway to a better future. And he begins droning on. The meeting goes on for about an hour. It's mostly him talking about this propaganda, the same kind of thing you already heard before. There's not a lot of new stuff. There's a lot of talk about how, basically, like self-aggrandizing, like we're the visionaries, we're the only ones who see the true path to the future, we're the best, that kind of thing. And the meeting kind of wraps up, and Mr. Brother Number 7, all in black robes, says, I look forward to speaking with you all next week. And then he does something that you kind of recognize. He blinks out of existence, and it is similar. The appearance, the visual is very similar to what Sunny does when she teleports.
I relay that piece of information to Shatter and Sunny.
And then everybody stands up, and they all turn, and everybody's like shaking everybody's hands and saying, "Oh, I'm good to see you," blah blah blah. How's tricks? All that kind of stuff. And then people start filing out of the room.
No
And
tea and biscuits? Are there not tea and biscuits at the cult?
Not there are no tea and biscuits at today's meeting of the philosophy of power I don't know what cult you're talking about. It's obviously not what this is.
It's a very badly provisioned cult if they don't have tea and biscuits.
Oh,
Agree.
Yeah,
They had tea and
more
biscuits.
people
at the
will come if
stove.
you've got punch and pie. I'm pretty
Punch
sure
and
that's how it goes.
pie.
Yeah.
Punch and pie.
Barrier, as you get up and are starting to leave, Commander Zhao kind of touches you on the shoulder and says, "Hey,
Hey.
I'm surprised to see you here.
Oh, really? Why are you surprised?
I just one of the things that it says in your psych profile made me specifically think that you would not be interested in joining an organization, any kind of organization. You have a history of not liking authority and not being a follower. So it's just
I also
surprising.
joined a fraternity in college.
You know what I mean? This is different than a fraternity. I'm just surprised. That's all I'm saying. But hey, whatever works for you.
So question about that then. Like, do you have a pretty good idea of who will and will not come to these meetings? Like, were you surprised none of my other teammates didn't come?
You know, I have an awful lot of work to do. I will talk to you later. And she starts walking out the door.
Yikes.
As I just casually walk out of the room, and when I am in the hallway all by myself, I very much do one of these and start running down the hall. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
All right.
Lorelai
So
just hangs around for a minute just to see if there's any other interesting chatter from anybody else whilst they're kind of. So after he's left the room, does any of the people that we met at lunchtime, does anybody sort of remark on it or any other interesting juicy tidbits?
Make a perception roll for audio if it matters. I know your cat's probably good at smelling.
Oh yeah, what's the cat's? That was a 13. My perception is 13, so I met it.
You okay?
You win when you meet it, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
You do.
But
You
not by
win on
much.
a tie. So
Yeah.
Only in GURPS.
I think you overhear as people are starting to file out. Let's see here. You overhear Radiant Blaze from Team Alpha and Titan Shield from Team Bravo, Team Justice, discussing something about Operation Recovery. And you just know they said something Operation Recovery is on track. And it seemed they were saying it very cloak and dagger, like they didn't want other people to hear, but they weren't expecting someone to be hiding in the vents.
Yeah, they weren't expecting there to be a cat in the vent, so it's fine. Okay.
Exactly.
Cool. Then she's going to pad back to the room. And just pop out of the vent in Shatter's room.
Oh, hey, good. You found your way back.
Yeah. Apparently, Operation Recovery is on track. Two of our Alpha team friends, I've got no idea. But after everybody left the room, two of our Alpha team friends just said to each other, quietly, they obviously didn't want to be overheard, that Operation Recovery is on track.
What could they want to recover?
Could it be one of their missions, or do you think it's related to this?
It seemed pretty clandestine. And, why would they mention it now? We hang out in teams all the time. If it wasn't to do with this, then...
Yeah.
It seems like it would have been an odd time. That would have been an odd time to be like, hey, so I did the washing up earlier, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if it has
Is
something.
barrier?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, have I gotten there yet?
Yeah, is he back yet?
Yeah, sure.
I reckon we would have arrived at about the same time.
So, how was your first meeting?
Oh my god. Okay, so I'm sorry, what's the boss lady's name?
Commander Zhao.
Commander Zhao was there,
Ooh.
and I'm a little confused because she felt that she was surprised to see me because she said that she didn't think that I would be the type to join this kind of thing. And then when I asked, were you guys the kind of people that would join this kind of thing? She got all weird and left.
Oh.
So that was odd.
That is odd. Would I be likely to join a team like this? Or, no, I don't feel this way.
I don't think any of us would be likely
Yeah.
to join a team like this, which makes me think that she was expecting none of us to want to join a thing
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
But so that makes me think, okay, so is she buying into what they're selling, or are we here to make sure that nothing goes wrong with that?
No, I think we're here to take the fall.
What do you mean take the fall?
Because we're not going to join up with them and their group. And so whenever they recover whatever it is they're trying to recover, we're going to be the team that failed to save everybody. And yeah, I don't think anyone's pinned the hopes of the free world on us. No offense. We're kind of a ragtag group.
Do you think that there could be any reason why Commander Zhao put me with Astronova? It seems like there could be other trainers in the Berg who could have taught me how to fight.
If it was just martial skills.
Astronova doesn't really do that kind of fighting either.
Well, so you teleport.
Actually, a really good point.
And so Sunny teleports, but you said that the guy talking teleported, right?
Yeah. Yeah. He teleported away.
So it wouldn't be your teleportation they'd be trying to exploit because someone else already can do that. Who's already on board. Now hold on a minute. The invisible guy, they blamed the assassination on, right? Or assassination attempt. Or was it an assassination?
Well, he had broken into a high-level government facility for United Bagristia and stole a bunch of documents. And nobody in the main government or whatever knew what was in those documents. What you guys discovered was that those were documents that the Alliance was going to use to blackmail the leader of United Bagristia, which to you made it sound like the Alliance would not assassinate a leader that they had wrapped around their finger. He wasn't directly accused of the assassination, but widely people in United Bagristia assume that what he stole somehow helped or led to the assassination, facilitated the assassination.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I mean, we've got to really watch our backs because our boss is in with the Aryan Brotherhood.
Yeah, it does seem like we could be in a potentially sticky situation here.
Are there any other organizations? Like, is this the organization?
Nation has their own individual group of powered people that they're trying to use to enforce laws, but none of those organizations have been particularly effective because the powered people that join them tend to become very quickly corrupt. The power and authority goes to their head and they become difficult to reel in. And that was the whole point of creating the GURPS organization, was that hopefully you guys would be able, by being your own kind of team leaders and working with other people of your kind that maybe you'd be able to not go off the deep end.
How many other teams are there? I mean,
There's only the 3 teams. You guys have now met everyone, I think.
Well, so none of us would be into it. Everybody on beta team's into it. And it's like almost 50-50 on Team Alpha.
But it sounds like they expected everybody in Team Alpha to be into it, though. Like, Awesome's gone off on his own. Like, he's gone the other way, right? He's gone through
well, it
this
sounded
and
like he had kind of
out the other
started it.
side. Yeah, like he's got
Yeah.
everybody on board, and then he thinks it's not good enough for him anymore.
Yeah. I think we need
So
to...
I think the idea was that everybody would be on board with it.
I think I might need to go and talk to Starshine and maybe confide in her that my friend Barrier has joined this group and we're worried about it.
And she wasn't there at the meeting, right?
No.
Okay.
All right. So, do you want to go talk to Starshine now or the next day or something?
I can go do it now. I think now would be...
Well, it would. It surely is this an evening meeting? Was it quite late? Like, what sort of time is it?
It was 7 o'clock, so it was 8 when it ended. It's probably 8:30,
Okay.
8:45 now.
So it's not too late. So it's sort of reasonable that Barrier might have just come back from the meeting full
Right.
of vitriol and
Trying to get us
like,
to join.
we should just murder all of the human beings who are not gifted. Yeah.
All right. So, Shatter, as you're walking down the hall heading towards Starshine's.
I'm bringing 2 cups of hot cocoa.
Okay.
They're both for me. I'm just kidding.
Commander Zhao sees you and comes over to intercept you. And she says, Shatter? Do
Oh,
you
hi,
have
Commander.
a moment to talk?
Oh, I was on my way to someone's... I've got these hot cocos in my hands. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Sorry.
And she looks around and she ushers you into a storage closet off of the hallway.
Oh, my God.
Because that's not suspicious.
Okay.
All right.
And once you guys are in there and she closes the door, she says, so earlier in the week, I put your friend Sunny in contact with somebody on Team Justice.
Yeah,
and-
Astronova, yeah.
Astronova. So by now you've probably heard of the philosophy of power?
Very vaguely. I know that Barrier was going to a meeting there tonight.
Well, that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you about. So I had an idea to bring in a third group of superheroes who I thought would be immune to that propaganda. And it was you guys. And I selected all of you because I didn't think any of you would be interested in joining a group like that. Lorelei and Sunny are too shy. And Sunny is a wonderful, good person. And I thought that you and Barrier would... I thought from your psych profiles that you would not be interested in joining an organization like that you wouldn't get along with that kind of authoritative system, and generally that you wouldn't be interested in that philosophy. I might have been wrong, though, because it seems like Barrier went to one of the meetings.
Well, if I may speak freely,
Mm-hmm.
he is a lawyer. But anyway, no. Other than that, what?
I may have made a mistake.
No,
maybe
but-
bringing him in was the bad idea.
Well, so
And then I thought Sunny would... I put Sunny in contact with Astra under the guise of training. I thought Astra was the weakest link in Team Justice's affiliation with that philosophy, and I was hoping that Sunny would very naturally and organically help Astra to see the error of her ways, because Sunny is such a delightfully wonderful, good-hearted person. That's why she's here. It apparently didn't work because Astra was at the meeting still, and now so it completely backfired. Not only did Sunny not get Astra out of the cult, but somehow it's led now to barrier getting in. It's
But
all gone sideways.
ma'am, you're at the meeting.
I'm not a believer. So when we first put together Team Alpha, when this whole thing was getting started, they all seemed like great people, top-notch, good people. And somewhere on one of their missions, somewhere along the way, Captain Awesome met somebody who was a part of this cult somewhere else out in the world. They filled his head with these ideas. And before I knew what was happening, half of his team was converted, and they were working on the second team that we had just barely brought in. So I put a stop. At that point, I was scared because a lot of the things they say are frightening. So I didn't let on to that. I acted like it sounds cool so that I could be on the inside. And then I said, no more teams. Originally, there were supposed to be 20 teams of superheroes. There's only 3 because I put the kibosh on recruitment after this idea started circulating. I didn't want this to be a headquarters, a central place for this weird cult. And so I very painstakingly selected you 4 to bring you in, hoping that you would be immune to it. And maybe I should have told you all right off the bat.
Check.
Oh, let's go for it.
So I've got all kinds of skills. I've got fast talk, interrogation, intimidation, observation, streetwise.
Observation would be good.
All right.
Let's do that.
I rolled 1, 2, 3, and 5 is 8. So that's a success by 8.
My goodness, you would have to critically fail to mess up unless there were modifiers.
I do a few things very well.
You do. She's on the level. In fact, this is the first time since you've met her that you feel like she's being completely sincere. Like every other time you've spoken to her, you felt like there was a mask, like she was playing a part. And now this is the only time you think she's ever really been genuine with you.
So I hand her the other.
She seems freaked out.
I hand her the other cup of hot cocoa. So, of course, Barrier didn't go to the meeting because he believes in what they said. We're trying to figure out who was at the meeting to figure out what was going on with this propaganda group.
Insight check. No, I know. So she.
I can see her just like actually saying insight check.
And I was
she
taking
puts
this
her hand to her head for a moment. And said, I see your thought. No.
So I was taking this hot cocoa. I was going to try to. Apparently, Starshine's not in on. She's not in it, and I was going to try to get in league with her to see who all was involved and figure out what the score was, because I couldn't imagine or fathom that you would have recruited the 4 of us to save everything.
I did.
You 4 were specifically selected because of your psych profiles, and I thought you would be. Most superheroes, I think, would eat this up with a spoon. Most powered people would eat this up with a spoon. I specifically chose you thinking you would resist this. And I'm thrilled to hear that I was right.
Yeah. What's Project Recovery?
I don't know the specifics. They don't trust me enough to bring me into that. In fact, I think because I don't have powers, I don't think they'll ever trust me enough to really bring me into the inner circle.
Wait, you don't have powers?
No,
Why am I even talking to you? I'm just.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! This is exactly what I was afraid of.
You were wrong
Muggle.
about me.
Not even muggle. That doesn't even fit.
Oh, I mean, you could call her a muggle if powered people are wizards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, she says. So all I've been able to find out about Operation Recovery, it has something to do with recovering alien ship parts, alien artifacts. I think they're worried that alien ship parts are the only. It's the only weakness, right? It's a powered person's only weakness. Our handcuffs are made out of alloys from crashed ship parts, specifically because nobody superpower seems to be able to break or destroy that material. So I think they're trying to gather it all up themselves to make sure that ordinary people like me can't get the ship parts and somehow use that against them.
All right.
And
who's the guy in the robe?
I don't know his name. I don't know how he gets here.
He teleports, obviously.
He must be able to teleport over vast distances and to places he can't see. Sunny can only teleport where she can see. She has a limited range. He seems to be able to teleport to and from this place from thousands of kilometers away. Because I don't see any record of him except he appears in the meeting room and then he disappears and that's it. None of the security cameras clock him anywhere else in the facility. We have all kinds of radar and satellite surveillance. He's not on a boat or something nearby. He is teleporting here, I assume, from the mainland.
Have you seen him do anything else? Any other powers?
I sometimes wonder if he has the power of suggestion. It seems like he tells people to do a thing and then they do it in a very robotic fashion that doesn't seem natural. But that power doesn't seem very, it seems limited. I don't know the extent to it. That's just a guess on my part. I'm not sure.
Well, I think I need to go relay this to the team. I think we're going to need pretty expensive espresso makers in each of our rooms. To keep us,
yes, I will get you espresso
to keep
makers.
us, up and alert. And I feel like
Absolutely.
I feel like if you buy into the fact that Barrier is at the meeting, then we can maybe still use that as an avenue of getting information. If you don't blow our cover.
Right. I'll do my best. But I think because he has powers, he may be able, if he can win them over, to get into the inner circle, a place they won't let me get to. So I think you're right. I think that's a great move.
Okay.
Now, you were talking about trying to get Starshine on our side, out of the cult.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's a believer. I've not seen her at the meetings. But she and Captain Awesome were an item when he was first getting indoctrinated into all of this. I don't know if they broke up because she wouldn't join, or if they broke up for a completely different reason, but she did still join. But then she didn't want to go to the meetings because she didn't want to run into her ex there. I don't know what's the story with all that. I have talked to her many times about, are you comfortable being on a team with your ex? And she's always said, yes, it's not a problem. We're still friends, all that kind of stuff. So I've never been able to really gauge where she stands on this whole philosophy of power thing.
Okay. Well, it's still an angle. I might not do it tonight because now I think it's more important for me to go share this with the rest of the group and then catch her on another day in a more organic way. But okay. All right.
Excellent.
Well, thanks for pulling me into a storage closet.
Hey, I'm an old-time police officer. I'm not a spy. I'm doing the best I can.
All right. But yeah, those espresso machines, as soon as you can.
Yeah, I'll talk to procurement.
Okay.
All right, everybody, it is quitting time. I feel like this is a pretty good place to wrap up today's episode.
I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I'm excited. This is fun.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
want to know if anybody saw Shatter and the commander leaving this storage closet.
They are having a torrid love affair. Leave them alone.
We're doing gay stuff. Leave us alone.
Happy
It's
Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this will be going out as a podcast on the Mating Habits of the Modern Geek podcast feed. Hopefully Monday. Let's see. Our theme music is Superhero from tabletopaudio.com. I actually recorded a little opening theme, which I found was very funny as a placeholder until we actually get a legitimate good theme. Yeah, you can see all of our social medias and all that stuff in the show notes. And thanks everybody for watching and or listening. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Sayonara, jerks.
All right.